Welcome inside to Lehi High School. JT Wistersill here with CJ Roderick, excited to kick off week 8 of the high school football season here at Lehigh tonight. We have a fun one tonight here, don't we, CJ?
Yeah, we do, JT. I think it's going to be a great matchup here between the Lehigh Pioneers and the Alta Hawks. Lehigh comes into this game 5-2. Alta comes in 4-3. Both teams look evenly matched. They do a great job at the passing game. We're going to see how these teams stack up against each other tonight.
Start with the visiting Hawks, as you mentioned. You mentioned the record overall. Started out the season beating Layton, then a little bit of a skid, got back on track with a couple up and down season tonight. What do you think the key is for Alta to get a big road win here tonight, CJ?
I think the key for Alta tonight is probably going to be their defense. Lehigh has a great passing game. The secondary of Alta is going to have to step up. They're going to have to limit it. I mean, Lehigh comes in averaging 31 points per game and 221 passing yards. So the key for Alta is going to be their secondary, at least for me.
Well, and you just mentioned it right there, the high power of the Lehigh offense. Is that your biggest takeaway when it comes to this Lehigh team?
Definitely. This Lehigh team has a great offense. Their starting quarterback, Jackson Brosso, is a stud, man. I think that this Lehigh team is going to be looking to run all over the field tonight.
We're just about set to get underway as the game clock ticks just under 10 seconds. We're ready for kickoff here at Lehigh High School. Senior night here for Lehigh. They won the toss, they had deferred. We'll get it to start the second half. For now, they'll kick it off. This one will be returnable. It's bobbled. Up the gut. Out to about the 25 there. A solid return from Jace Turner. And here comes the Alta Hawks offense.
Jace Turner, he's a guy to look out for. They typically run him at running back, but he's a great receiver as well. You'll see him play both positions. He plays a little bit of running back, but dude's got 442 yards on 33 receptions this year, so I'd look out for him.
Drive will officially start from the 25. Dropping back. Gets it to his man on the outside in Mika Kaufusi.
Micah Kaufusi is definitely the player to watch out for Alta. This is only his third game playing for Alta this season as he's coming off injury, but he's a BYU commit, 3-star. He's going to be all over the field tonight at receiver. He has 7 touchdowns so far in 2 games.
Jackson gets it to the outside, and a nice tackle made in space there by River Moore.
Great job by River Moore on that tackle. Jensen Campbell, the one getting the ball, he averages about 13.6 yards per carry, so you're going to have to watch for him going deep.
So it is going to be 3rd and 1. Just a little less than a minute played here in our first quarter. A methodical drive. They've gone past so far, but everything on the table when you're just a yard out here. In the eye. Jackson gives it. And he did not get there. Lehigh holds strong on the first drive of the game.
I mean, great job by this Lehigh defense. I mean, we heard from Coach Larson that they needed to battle in the trenches, and that's exactly what they're doing to set the tone and set the tempo for this game.
A big stand by the Pioneers here early as the punt unit comes out for the Hawks. Caden Sweat back to return the punt. There's a red flag on the field. Not sure why. Hasn't been picked up yet by our officials, but split it away. Returnable. Sweat takes a hard hit as he runs out of bounds. Gets it to the 46.
Cadian Sweat, great job on that return. He's a guy to look out for this Alta team. He's a great two-way player, does really good on offense, but we really want to look out for him on the defensive end. He has 4 interceptions this season so far. He's a ball hawk is what I like to call him. Conveniently enough, playing for the Alta Hawks. So we'll see how he does on defense this season, but also look out for him as a receiver as well.
Saying works out all the better that way. So we get our first look at the Pioneers offense here. See only 2 defensive linemen as they give it. Couple of tough yards rushing there by Carson Gonzalez.
Carson Gonzalez is going to be their main target here at running back. He's going to get most of the carries. He has 88 carries on the year. Averages 6.3 yards per carry, so he's a really efficient running back. He's going to do exactly what you want him to do. So just look out for him. He's going to get most of the carries tonight as they look to run the ball up the middle, maybe have him go out to the outside a little bit.
And he stays the man in the backfield here. See the motion behind. Gain of a few as they go to the ground again.
Good job. I mean, this is what you really want to see from Lehigh. They want to establish a tone, get up the field, because the greatest key to having a good passing game is having a good running game. So you can throw off that defense, make them question whether you're passing or running, disguise it a little bit, and do a great job on the rush.
Brings up 3rd and 4 with 8:45 to go in our first quarter out here at Lehigh. See once again, CJ, an interesting look from the Alta Hawks defensive line as they air it out. And it is a nice catch along the sideline. Able to haul that one in for the Pioneers.
So this is something interesting that Lehigh does that not a lot of high school teams I've seen do. They throw to their tight ends. They kind of run almost a college or NFL style offense in the sense of they've got receiving tight ends and they know how to throw to them. You've got 3 main tight ends on this team that you're going to see get the ball.
Roisin alone in the backfield. Looks to the outside. Hits the same man once again. Swung down for a gain of a couple.
I mean, good job by Lehigh doing exactly what I'm saying. Establish a run game, start throwing some quick passes to get your QB, set up, get him comfortable. Coach Teo for Alta said he wanted to keep Rousseau out of the pocket. So what he's mainly going to do, he's going to try and keep him in the pocket, keep him contained, because Rousseau is a great thrower on the run as well. So you got to contain him.
Ryder Harding, the tight end, making those last 2 grabs for the Pioneers. Brings up 2nd and 5. Play clock at 7. The give. Shaking a few. Gets near the first, but a flag does come in, CJ.
And that's just the thing in high school football. We're probably going to look at maybe a hold. I don't know exactly what's up. Good job by Carson Gonzalez, though, to get a couple yards on that.
Injured Pioneer at the moment is down. We are going to step away for a moment. You're watching KSL Game Night Live Rewind.
Gear up, get out, and get moving. Locally owned and operated since 1995, visit us at saltlakerunning.com today.
Welcome back out to Lehigh High School. The injured Pioneer able to get off on his own power, walk off the field. Always like to see that. Man who went down was Jason Somerville, and this is an offensive line that's already dealing with injuries, we know, CJ.
Yeah, they're missing their starting center. They're looking for him to do well. It's not great for this Lehigh defensive line.
Roisin gives it. Looking to throw. An underthrown ball He caught the ball. Oh, they rule it incomplete late. A near incredible play. Making the throw there on the near incredible. You give it to the tight end. You have Hiram Faber was the one who aired it out. And then Ryder Harding almost hauled it in. CJ, from my angle, I really thought he had that ball.
I did too. I don't know what the incompletion pass was. From our angle, it looked like he caught that ball off a deflection from a defender. So it's kind of interesting to see the refs call that one back. I'm not sure about it, but that was a great catch by him.
A near #rewind top 5 play to get us going right in the first quarter with 7:28 remaining. Unfortunately, gets taken back. Ref was right on top of it. Must have hit the ground there, but unfortunate for Lehigh. Rasheen, pressure in his face. Escaping. Tries to get it to his man, and Harding along the sideline, and just falls incomplete, but Rasheen able to buy the time there.
I mean, great for him to be able to buy time, as it's unfortunate you don't want to see that on 3rd and 12, but great for him to actually maybe target his receiver, see if his receiver can do something, as he was getting rushed pretty heavily there by Alta.
As you mentioned, it was 3rd and 12, so that will bring out the punting unit here. See 2 men back for the Hawks to return it. And Noah Flores. And Joshua Braza. Gets the high bounce. Unable to get it back is the Lehigh. As we'll start it from the 20. CJ, what are your thoughts as the game has progressed so far?
We haven't seen a lot. Both teams going not having very long drives. Great job by Lehigh to air it out, try and get a touchdown. That's what they're known for. I'm interested to see how Alta can start getting down the field after their last 3 and out on the last drive.
Alta stalling early, as you mentioned there. CJ hoping to get back on track. A lot of time to do so, as there is still 7 minutes remaining in our first quarter here. Start it. Another wide receiver screen to the outside. They've gone to it a lot, CJ. That one is Noah Flores, a guy you talked about in the pregame as a guy to watch for.
Yeah, Noah Flores, great receiver. He has 425 yards on the season, 5 touchdowns. And this Alta team likes to target a lot of receivers. Noah Flores, just one of the talented receivers on this team. We also got Micah Kafusi, Jace Turner, Jensen Cabell, Josh Braza. All these guys are really good receivers.
Stay in the gun. Jackson gives it. And able to get a couple of tough extra yards there late was Joshua Braza,
Joshua Braza just doing a great job at kind of a wide receiver running back combo. We're going to see how he does on the season. He's got 13 receptions for 178 yards at receiver, averaging 13.7 yards per catch, so he's going to be a great guy to watch. I'm waiting for Ethan Jackson, the starting QB, to kind of start airing it out a little bit more, maybe throw some deeper passes, because I know he can do it.
Empty backfield, opportunity to do it right here on 3rd and 3. Jackson hits his man to the outside. It's Flores.
Flores, one of the most targeted receivers on this team again. Great job by Ethan Jackson to stay composed, throw a good screen for a first down, I believe.
Yes, yeah, first. You're good there, CJ. Yep, got the first down there. So the drive continues for the Hawks. So the big power back come on here for Alta. Jackson DeMilli. Set up another screen, this one over the middle, but well played by the Pioneers defense.
Great job by Jace Turner. Great job to catch that screen, get some yards. Jace Turner, interesting enough, 5'6", little short, not a tall receiver, but really good job at catching the ball. He does a really great job of getting yardage.
Jake Weiss, man coming across, making the tackle there to bring us with 2nd and 4 with 5:40 to go as Jackson drops back. To the outside, nearly a diving interception was made. Trying to make a play on that ball was Jace Turner.
Yeah, great job by Jace Turner. Micah Kafusi is the one who was targeted on that last reception. Great job. He actually caught the ball. If he would have kept his feet in bounds, it would have been good. But yeah,
a tough break there. Brings up 3rd and 4. Jackson gonna face pressure. We see the flags. Big boy's jumping a little early there, CJ.
Yeah, I mean, I was just waiting for the flag to get thrown. It's kind of delay on the flag. That's just what's going to happen. Biggest thing I've noticed in this high school football game and in the games I've done all over the state is your line has to be disciplined. Last week I was over in Harriman at West Jordan, and there were so many flags thrown because their lines are jumping. As a defensive lineman, get in your zone, stay there, wait for the ball to get snapped, and rush. I mean, just got to be more disciplined in this game.
3rd and 9. Play action. Jackson gets outside the pocket. Hits his man for the first down. A well-thrown ball to, once again, Noah Flores, able to move the chains.
Yeah, great job by Noah Flores moving the chains. He looks like he's going to be, or he is so far, their most targeted receiver. He's been the one catching the ball. He's been running great routes. They've been able to throw it to him. And just a great job by Ethan Jackson to stay composed in the pocket, throw some great screens to all of his receivers so far.
Doing a good job airing that one out there to the outside, getting the big-time first down. A lot of men along the line of scrimmage as they back out of it. The Pioneers do. Hawks from the 48, their own 48. Jackson, blitz picked up. Who else? Who else would you go to but his main guy in Flores?
I mean, Flores has been catching everything so far, so, I mean, if he's somewhat open, I'd throw the ball to him because, you know, he's got some sticky hands. He's going to be able to catch the ball.
Quarterback, wide receiver trust paying off big time here when the blitz comes and when Lehigh sends that pressure. Jackson standing strong and delivering it to Flores in those critical situations. 4:20 remaining in our first quarter here. Ball now on the Lehigh 45 as the Hawks look to strike first. Drop back again. Jackson escapes. No one in front of him. He's going to run and slides for the first down.
Great job by Jackson to notice that nobody was there on that left side. He had a wide gap to rush outside of the pocket. Great job to sense the pressure and gain some yards.
Gives us the first down for the Alta Hawks. Alta, of course, in no rush to get things going here as the play clock ticks under 15. Ball on the 41 with 3:30 to go in our first quarter as the Hawks get back in the I formation. Fake the give. Jackson, no one in front of him again, airing it out. He's got his man. Dragged down, but it'll be where he caught it. Forward progress, we'll give it to Barza.
Great job by Jackson to Barraza. I think that this team is doing exactly what we were saying in pregame. There's going to be a lot of passing so far. They're passing the ball. This team knows how to air it out. I mean, I affiliate them with like Washington State. That's how I compare them. Air raid, just throwing the ball all over the field tonight.
Barraza and Flores, the return men for this Hawks team, showing off big outside of special teams on the offensive end. Jackson on 1st and 10 from the 29. Dropping backs working well. They'll do it again. Lofting it up. Perfectly thrown ball. Touchdown out to Hawks.
And in 3 games, that is Micah Kaufusi's 8th touchdown. Micah Kaufusi, if you get him the ball, he's got an edge on any DB. He's going to catch that ball. He's a 3-star commit. He's committed to BYU. He's just a great player, part of the great Kaufusi family. Younger brother to Isaiah and Jackson. He's going to get that ball at receiver, and you can't really stop him.
One-on-one coverage to the outside. The 3-star makes him pay for 6 points. PAT to make it 7 for the Hawks. And it's good. So with 2:33 remaining in our first quarter from Lehigh High School, the Alta Hawks strike first and lead 7-0.
Gear up, get out, and get moving. Locally owned and operated since 1995, visit us at saltlakerunning.com today.
The Hawks strike first out in Lehigh as they lead 7-0. JT Wistersill and CJ Roderick here with you on the call.
Number 26, Carter Bell.
As Carter Bell ready to sky this one high for the Falcons. It will be returnable. Pioneers look to bring it out. Tackled, but out past the 30, so a wise decision to bring that ball out for Max Ray.
On the last play, we saw Micah Kafusi catch a touchdown on this side. We're going to see what Lehigh can do to get back in rhythm, get in offense, get some first downs, and see if they can score to match Alta, because that's what they're going to have to do in this game. If they give Alta a lead, Alta's going to take the miles, so we're going to see what they can do.
Jackson Bruchane comes back out. To the outside. Both teams like the wide receiver screen early. This one going to go for a first down. Hits Harding again.
Great job by Jackson Christensen, number 84, for 308 yards on the season. Great job. He does great on those screens. He gets upfield. He can get yards. That's what's the big thing about this game. Both teams have offenses and receivers that are going to pick up yards after the catch. That's just what both of these teams are going to do. So look for that the rest of the night.
Coach Sargent likes what he sees out of his offense there for Lehigh. So they get creative with it and get it to the outside. The trickery goes for a few, but the late flag does come in. We'll see what it is, CJ.
Looks like it might have been some kind of face mask to me. I kind of saw, someone pulled down. We'll see what the call is coming in. But a great job by number 21 to get out there, get to the side, and get up some yards.
It is actually a holding call on the offensive line, a late holding call as well, CJ. I thought the face mask, maybe a horse collar tackle, but instead back up the offense. And all that for nothing as well, because the trickery there to Sweat, to get him the ball on the outside, bringing him in, have him run around, do basically a circle in the backfield, get him to the outside. It was beautiful to watch, but it ends up getting backed up for 10 yards.
Yeah, it was a great job, great play call, but the play call's got to, your offensive line is the key. If you can make a great play call no matter what you do. If your offensive line holds, then that's going to go back every time.
Play clock dips under 10 here as Lehigh took more time in the huddle. Rasheen on the give. Follows his blockers for a hole up the gut. Gets a couple of the yardage back. He'll take us from 2nd and 20 on the previous play.
Great job by Alta on that last play to collapse on Ian Smith. He really didn't have anywhere to go. It looked like he was going to be able to turn upfield a little bit, but they collapsed so fast, and Ian Smith was met with a brick wall at the line.
2nd and 15, actually. My mistake on the yardage from the 42. Rasheen drops back to the outside, but a well-made tackle.
Yeah, that was a great tackle on the outside. He kind of wrapped him up, threw him down. I'm trying to see what number that is.
Yeah, Christian Thomas, the man with the incredible tackle, able to swing him back. On the catch there was Isaac Daly. He thought he had daylight, and instead it was taken away very quickly. 3rd and 12. Just over 30 seconds remaining in our first quarter. Rasheen, 3-man rush, he has time, airs it out, hits Harding. Harding's got the first down.
Great job by him. He was wide open, jumped up to make that catch. That was just a great job by Brousseau to get over to Harding. I mean, he makes a great pass towards the right side to his right side of the field, and that's a first down for Lehigh.
Harding, not the biggest tight end in the world at 6'1", 170, but making it work and showing off the hops right there, going up for that one, making the tough contested catch as the defense closed in on him. That's going to be our first quarter here at Lehigh High School with the Pioneers driving. Don't go anywhere. You're watching KSL Game Night Live Rewind.
Gear up, get out, and get moving. Locally owned and operated since 1995, visit us at saltlakerunning.com today.
Welcome back out to Lehigh High School. After our first quarter, it is a 7-0 ball game, having some clock difficulties at the moment. We hope to have resolved in a little bit, but the Hawks lead, but Lehigh driving at the moment. To the outside, a low throw will fall incomplete there, and I think that's one Brusheen would like to have back.
Yeah, I mean, that was just a low throw. His receiver wasn't really going to be able to make that catch. If he did, you know, you're not gaining any yards. He's right up the line of scrimmage. So got to just do a better job throwing a little bit higher, getting his receivers right in the hands.
Officials call for a time. Gonna have a little quick huddle here. I'm not really sure what they could be talking about here, CJ.
Maybe just trying to get, I'm actually not sure either. Maybe some kind of call on a flag, or I don't see a flag out there.
I heard clocks start on my watch, so just a pause momentarily. Wind definitely a factor here as it picks up a little bit. See how it affects the quarterbacks as the game wears on and it gets a little colder. $11:55 remaining. Only 5 seconds. Dripped off the clock on the first play. Was able to sit in the pocket and deliver a ball there was Brusheen, but nice coverage. That one knocked out beautifully by Micah Kalfusi.
Micah Kalfusi, great two-way player. We saw from Teo saying, Coach Teo for Alta saying, Kalfusi's going to be all over the field on offense and defense tonight. Boston Bingham just not being able to hold on to the ball, number 87, tight end for Lehigh.
Third and 10 on the 41. Pioneers looking to get on the board, keep the drive going. Only a 3-man rush by the Hawks. Time to step into it. He's going to run for it. Brusheen. Did he get the tough yards? He looks to have it. What a run by Brusheen, CJ.
Great job to find a hole in the defense. Just go straight up field. Great job. Kind of lowers his shoulder. Able to get that first down and pick up those yards.
Brusheen comes up tough with the yards there. Brusheen gives it up the gut for a few.
Great job by Lehigh, just establishing the run game again. Gets up to, I believe with that carry was number 28, Carson Gonzalez.
Gonzalez, the bell cow we highlighted earlier. Gets it there to make it 2nd and 6. Brushin. They give it again to Gonzalez. Breaking free. Gonzalez dragged down at the 20, but a first down run for Gonzalez.
Great job by Gonzalez, turning left upfield, getting the first down, and that's what I like to see from Coach Larson, establishing the run game. Because if you can establish that run game, you're going to be able to drive upfield, put some pressure, and battle in the trenches. That's what he said all throughout this game. He needs to battle through the trenches despite his injuries at offensive line, and a great way to get them that experience is have them run block, get them to battle, and get those offensive yards through the run game.
And they're able to get the tough yards there. 10:54 remaining in our first half. 1st and 10 from the 20, just inside the red zone here. Two wide receivers flank him on each side for Brushin. Gonzalez in the backfield.
1st and 10 for the Pioneers inside the Vinyl Industries red zone.
Ready to resume play here. Gonzalez cuts back, runs hard. Another first down run by Gonzalez. He's taken over.
Great job by Gonzalez. He's just getting upfield right now, and that's a great play call. If they can't stop the run, just keep punching it. Alabama style, one back, punch it up the gut, old school.
10:20 remaining now in our first half with the first down there. Rousseau in the backfield. Apologies for the mispronunciation on my part. Just one of those days. Rousseau, play action, man open, touchdown Pioneers.
Great job, and this is exactly what the Pioneers need to do. They can't let Alta get out to a lead. We're looking at 6-7. Great job by Rousseau to make that pass right down the middle of open field.
Pays off there as he's able to hit his man. Opportunity to tie the ball game up here.
Number 10 extra point for the Pioneers, number 29, Will Goodrich.
And the kick is good. Rousseau finds his man in the end zone to tie us up at 7-all. Don't go anywhere. You're watching KSL Game Night Live Rewind. Welcome back inside to Lehigh High School, where the Pioneers just tied the game up with Rousseau's first touchdown pass of the game. Hawks are back to receive it. That one bobbled, then picked up. And he's not going to get to the 25 there. The Pioneers were all over it, CJ.
I mean, you got 4 Pioneers in on that tackle, and that's something that Alta's going to have to watch. You can't bobble those kick returns. It doesn't give you good field position. And in a place right here in Lehigh right now, this crowd is electric. There's so many. I don't think there's an open seat in the entire stadium. And so momentum and tempo is going to be a big thing with this definite home field advantage that Lehigh has. .51 remaining. Jackson. Saw the flags come in. Looked to be a little bit of movement there, CJ. Yeah, I mean, and that's just the big thing. You got to stay disciplined. Looks like it was about an offsides call on the defense. maybe. But yeah, just stay disciplined, keep going, and that's how you just play football. I mean, offensive line's the key to the game. If the offensive line's not playing well, the team's not going to play well.
5-yard penalty there. It is officially a false start. Jackson, the quick pitch and catch right there. For a second, it looked like that ball came out. You heard the Pioneers getting excited, but not the case there, CJ.
I like that play call by the referees. I don't think he fully had possession of that ball. As we hear a lot of boos here from the Lehigh crowd, they wanted that fumble call, but I like that. I don't think he fully had possession, and I like the rule of an incomplete pass.
Well played by the Pioneers secondary there, able to knock it away from Calfusi. Brings up 2nd and 15. Jackson with some fancy handoff, with a fancy handoff right there. Gives it to his man. CJ, that was incredible.
That was great. He fooled me. I was like, where's the ball? It's not in Jackson's hands. That was a great job to turn left upfield. That was just a great play call, and that was a great sell by the quarterback. I was confused. You were confused. I think everyone was confused.
Looked like he was going to throw it. Ends up handing it off to his other hand with a little bit of trickery. Gives it to Matthews. Matthews picks up a huge gain on 2nd down to make it 3rd and 3. From the 24. Play clock dips under 10. Jackson just gets it off. Throws it out. Wide open and dropped right there by Noah Flores.
Noah Flores with that drop, he would have been gone. That would have been a touchdown. Noah Flores got to do a better job, as we talked about earlier. We thought he had some sticky hands. He wasn't missing any catches, but that one just falls right out of his hands. He would have been gone. That would have been another touchdown.
Busted coverage by the Pioneers was nearly going to lead to a 76-yard touchdown from Flores, just unable to haul that one in.
Bell on the punt for Alta. Back to receive the punt, number 21, Katie Sweat for the Pioneers.
They get it away. A deep punt. Fielded. Trying to get to the outside. Dragged down at about the 49-yard line. Looked to be, was Sweat. CJ Strong, field position for the Pioneers here, and it feels like they're going to look to capitalize on the break they just got from the drop pass.
I mean, they've got momentum right now, sure to say, after that last touchdown. And, being able to stop Alta after that drop pass, it looks like I'm interested to see what Lehigh does. Maybe they'll air it out here on 1st down, probably, just to keep this momentum up and keep the game going in their way.
So Brousseau threw a touchdown pass, his last pass attempt. Going to start off here with another one. They set the screen up. Big boys out in front. Gonzalez cuts it back. Finally dragged down. Gonzalez with a strong 1st down run after the screen pass was hauled in by him.
Great moves by Gonzalez to be able to kind of shake up that defense, pick up about an extra 4 or 5 yards to be able to shake it up and cut to that left side.
Eight minutes remaining in our first half here. Seeing the screen game played big dividends tonight for this Pioneers team. They give it. Gonzalez gets a couple. Well played by the Hawks defensive line.
Yeah, good job by the Hawks defensive line to stop that. Just, when we keep an eye on Gonzalez, obviously getting that screen play and rushing up, he's their most targeted running back. Something I forgot to mention, he's also a receiving back, for obviously, as we saw from that last screen. He has 200 yards receiving so far in the season, 2 touchdowns, so you're going to have to look for him as a receiver and a runner.
Jace Turner, the man in the backfield at the moment, flanking Brousseau. The beautiful catch, hauled in with the strong hands by Tate Medina.
Great job by the receiver to be able to make that catch. This is the great thing for Brousseau, man. If you have great receivers, it makes your job at quarterback just a little bit easier because you can put it anywhere in their general direction and they're going to make that catch just like we saw from number 13.
Medina creates the separation off the slant and hauls it in with the big gloves. 1st and 10 from the 12. Brousseau, pressure in his face, unable to get it to the outside. He had a man open in Hiram Faber.
I mean, when you got people right in your face like that, that's going to be a hard play to make unless you're, Aaron Rodgers or Tom Brady or something like that. I mean, at this level, if a guy's in your face like that, if you can be able to make that pass, that's good on you. But I see no reason why that pass was going to be, completed. If it was, props to him. We'll see.
2nd and 10 with 6:29 remaining in our first half here. Gonzalez back in the backfield. They give it to Gonzalez, trying to get to the outside, bounces it inside, shaking a couple would-be tacklers. He's going to be down at the 1, but nice running by Gonzalez.
Yeah, it looks like his knee's down at the run, but great job by him to be able to cut right back upfield, cut to the left, and go up to the 1-yard line almost for a touchdown.
Does go for the first down. So officially 2 yards out. As they go in the gun. Brousseau, the give, the 6 points, touchdown Pioneers.
Great job by Pioneers, getting a bigger running back in the backfield just to storm the line. He had no problem getting in for the Pioneers.
The lights get flashing a little bit as the Pioneer faithful are excited. The man on the score there. Hallman, Ofianga. On to attempt the PAT once again. And putting it through is Zane Goodrich. Goodrich makes it a 7-point game, 14-7. Lehigh leads. The Pioneers finding their way offensively. They've now rattled off 2 touchdowns after trailing 7-0 to take the lead. They boom it away here. Goodrich goes out of bounds there. You don't like to see that on the kickoff.
Yeah, I know you don't like to see that. Not a great job by the punter to make it go out of bounds right there. But we're going to see how Alta can come back and shape up their offense. I mean, they had a great job with 1 touchdown to Makai Kafusi, but we're going to see how they can do a good job of maintaining a drive, not letting Lehigh get them to 3 and outs and things like this. I mean, when they do a good job of maintaining a drive, they can score, but they got to actually get down the field.
Ethan Jackson comes back out. 5:48 remaining. Drive will start on that 35 because the kick did land out of bounds, or bounced out of bounds, excuse me. Jackson, the give, on the power play, driven back. The Pioneers all over it.
Great job by the Pioneers, just storming the house, not letting them gain any yards. I don't think they gained a single yard on that play. And Alta's got to shape things up a little bit, maybe call some different plays, see what they're doing, maybe switch it up. I know Coach Teo does a great job of switching up offensive schemes because so far it's not been working for him. Lehigh's been doing a great job of storming the run, preventing the passes.
Strong stand there by the Pioneers will bring up 2nd and 8. They're still able to get 2 yards because of the forward progress. Jackson, blitz comes through. Unable to hit his man. Pressure coming through, a difficult throw, unable to make it.
And Lehigh just doing a great job of putting the pressure on. Their defensive line's looking really strong right now, pressuring the QB, making tackles on the rush. And if you're Ethan Jackson, you got to think, hey guys, offensive line, block for me a little bit. I can't get a throw off if I'm getting pressured so much.
Third and 8, with just under 5 to go on the 37. Jackson, pressure breaks through again. He's going to get dropped. The Pioneers get home. It's the big man on that one, Jake Weiss, with the big sack.
And I got to tell you, this is the craziest stat line I've seen. Number 99, Isaac Terrell this is his 15th and a half sack on the season. This dude is a monster on the defensive line. And if you let him storm the line like that, that's just what's going to happen. You're going to get a sacked quarterback, and, it's 4th and 20 now. They got a punt.
Big time sack there. We'll bring up 4th and 20. That one nearly blocked, and that's going to draw a flag. He did run into the kicker. So the Hawks are going to catch a break.
Yeah, I mean, might be the saving grace for the Hawks right now. Might be what they need to get back on and get back going.
As we wait for the officials to have a meeting at the moment.
Yeah, I mean, for the officials, they're going to look at that. It looked like it was roughing the kicker on that last play. We're going to see what Alta can kind of do to run their offense a little bit more, maybe switch some things up. I mean, obviously the kicker was run into. So it's actually going to be a 5-yard penalty assessed to Lehigh on that. So Alta's not going to get the ball back. Lehigh's offense is going to come back onto the field, and we're going to see what Lehigh can do to get the ball rolling a little bit.
Yeah, interesting there to see what happened. And you see right now, Coach Larson frustrated. So this drive will start from about the 12-yard line here, CJ. Long way to go, but Brousseau and this offense have begun to find their rhythm. See the flag come in almost immediately, so expect this one to come back.
Yeah, that's not going to be looking good for Lehigh. I mean, Lehigh is backed up, on the 12-yard line. You can't get backed up a little bit more and risk a safety. I mean, that's a big thing that can turn the tides for this Alta team. If you make a great defensive play, your offense is going to show a little bit more production. So we're going to see if Lehigh can get the ball rolling. I don't doubt that they will. They've been rolling so far, and we'll see what they can do.
Illegal shift, officially the call. Will be a replayed first down, though, so still have all 3 of those downs to try to make up those 15 yards and punch it in one more time before half with 3:55 remaining. As the Hawks come out. Brousseau flanked by Gonzalez. We see another flag come in. Did the big boys move a little early there? Oh, looks to be on the defense, CJ.
Yeah, that's what I was going to look at. Looks like it was offside on the defense. Looked like we had on that right side, a defender kind of move up a little bit. So, yeah, it looks like that's going to be on the defense.
Neutral zone infraction there. Clock will continue to run, though, so 3:30 now remaining. Hawks need time to get down there, but don't want to leave too much. Or excuse me, Lehigh needs time. Brousseau hits his man to the outside. Dragged out for a strong gain on first down.
Great job by Brousseau to throw to his left side. Looking to get a first down for this Lehigh team, and he did. And, I'm going to see what they can do with like 3:10 left. Oh, it looks like it's 2nd and 2, actually. But it looks like I want to see what they can do with 3:10 left on the clock. When you're a passing team, 3:10 is perfectly enough time to get a touchdown and score. So we're going to see what they can do.
Brousseau gives it to Gonzalez. Gonzalez patiently shifts his way for a first down.
Duck and weave is what I like to call the way Gonzalez runs. I mean, he can just weave through guys like nothing, like a race car almost. He's weaving corners, juking guys, and getting up the field. Great job by him to get second, just to get him a first down. Excuse me.
2:40 remaining with the first down. Brousseau, we're trying to set up the screen to Gonzalez. Brousseau decides to run it. Cuts it back to the opposite side of the field, and it's just going to slide down.
It was kind of funny by Brousseau. It looked like he made 2 guys miss just by slightly moving to his left. So Alta's got to do a better job of tracking down the quarterback, but good for him to make something out of nothing on that play.
It was well done. I could not make out the number, but a good job by the Hawks defensive line holding on to Gonzalez there, making sure he couldn't break away for the screen pass. This play clock dips under 2 minutes. It'll be 2nd and 7. CJ is starting to look a little bit like they're content just letting the clock run down unless they break a big one here.
I mean, you got to lead. You're up by a touchdown, and so just look to manage the clock. You don't want Alta to get the ball back, obviously.
Brousseau across the middle. Hits his man for the first down in Isaac Daly.
Looks like Isaac Daly found some daylight here in the nighttime. So Isaac Daly being able to make a great catch.
See the stoppage there. We're trying to figure out what happened at the moment because you can see Coach Larson did not call a timeout.
We will restart the game clock for 1 minute and 33 seconds.
We're putting the game clock at 1:30. A little clock issue.
Pioneers at the 42-yard line.
This offense moving with a little bit more life now after the big catch by Delaney. Brousseau steps up. Waits as long as he can. And the nice catch along the sideline goes for a first down. Good job by Brousseau.
Great job on that catch by number 21, Cadian Sweat. And he did a great job getting feet in bounds on the sideline as he's right next to out of bounds. Great job by him. And we're seeing this Lehigh team start rolling. Maybe they can get a touchdown or maybe at least set up a field goal for the rest of the game.
Penalty flag waved off. Brousseau. Oh, there will be an extra penalty. So a big first down game there. No penalty, actually. Apologies there. Penalty flag was waved off, not enforced, as Brousseau drops back. Screen set up to the outside. Tough running for a few yards there by Jackson Christensen.
Jackson Christensen being a really reliable receiver so far in this game, number 84. As we see this Lehigh team starting to roll down with under a minute left, we'll see what they can do to finish off this drive.
Welcome back is Brousseau. Gonzalez was not quite turned around for that one yet and unable to haul it in.
Yeah, I mean, he hadn't even turned his head yet. And, as a receiver, you gotta know where the ball's coming from. I don't know what that read was, if maybe they looked like they just had some confusion on the play call.
Field. We have a timeout on the field.
Timeout taken there. We're going to stay here for the last minute so far as Lehigh burns their first timeout of the half there. CJ, what are your thoughts on the first half so far?
My thoughts on the first half is Lehigh's looking like they normally look. You know, they're doing a great job airing out the passing game despite that last incomplete pass. And they're doing a really good job on offense. You know, Alta had a stroke of luck getting a touchdown so far, but Lehigh's been kind of, you know, quenching them on the defense. They're crushing them, and Alta needs to do a good job. These teams are very similar in the way they run offense. They run a lot of passing game, and so you want to look to see Alta run a little bit more like Lehigh. We'll see if Lehigh can punch in another touchdown to go up 20-21 in this first half. They definitely got the time. They got the timeouts.
51 seconds remaining. Long timeout here, like a TV timeout basically, like we're waiting for the red hat to get us going.
Ready.
One of the beautiful things about the Rewind Sports Network, we decide when we use our timeouts, so staying with you for the last minute here. Appreciate all our sponsors who do support us. As Brousseau makes his way onto the field. .51 seconds remaining, 2nd and 5. Play action to Gonzalez. Looked to be some confusion there, CJ.
Yeah, that's back-to-back passing plays where there's been some confusion between quarterback and receiver. And we need to see Lehigh. I mean, they need to do a good job on this last drive. It would be great for them to score one more time. If you're the quarterback, if you're Brousseau, just settle in a little bit more, make some good throws. That pass could have easily been into more coverage, and so he's lucky that went kind of in between two defenders.
Lucky indeed, as we're going to see the Pioneers burn a timeout here, as that was 3rd down. Don't like to use a timeout there on a punt, CJ. An unfortunate sequence of events for Lehigh.
Yeah, interesting. I wonder what's going on in Coach Larson's head. It's interesting to see Lehigh was firing on all cylinders earlier, and just, you know, a couple of mismanaged passing plays, and next thing you know, they could be punting. But, you know, with 47 and a half left in the quarter, and you're pretty far up the field, I'd go for it.
And that's exactly what they're going to do. They actually sent the punt team back. Offense is going to come back out here. Looks like Coach Larson just thought about it a little bit more, said, I'll burn a timeout with 47 seconds left. Clock stops when you get the first down. Such a huge thing at the high school level that allows you to extend those drives. Hawks defense is ready. Coach Larson talks it over with his team. Coach Larson in his 8th year with the Pioneers. 4th and 5. They lead 14-7 here. And looking to add a few more to that total is Brousseau. So he gets under center. They're trying to get him to jump. A lot of time left on this clock still with 10 seconds. See, are they going to run a play? Tips under 5. They do snap it. Brousseau. He got the first down. They look to just be drawing him off, CJ. Instead, they surprise everyone with the QB draw.
And that's a great trick play on that QB draw. They're trying to draw him offline. People kind of not knowing what to do. Great call by Coach Larson to set up that play as Brousseau gets the easy first down.
This offense knows they need to go now. Brousseau with time all day. Throws it to the end zone. Nearly intercepted. A dangerous throw by Brousseau.
And when you're the DB, you know, you almost have it. You kind of drop it. You give Lehigh another chance. An interception would have been a really good job to prevent that score. Lehigh's still got 21 seconds on the clock, so we're going to see what they can do. And Brousseau's a great quarterback and throw the ball, so they're going to get another chance at it.
Noah Flores, the man who nearly had the huge interception there. But going back to the fourth down play we saw 2 ago too. If your defensive lineman eventually gets to that point where it's like they're just going to try to drop us off sides, they're just going to burn another timeout, and that's not what they did there. So credit to Coach Larson and this team for the clever play calling. 2nd and 10. Brousseau drifting, just throws it away.
Great job by Brousseau, not trying to throw it into coverage, trying to stop the clock with 15 seconds left. I mean, great job just to throw it out in the direction of receiver and avoid an intentional grounding call.
And you see him correcting a mistake a play before, kind of forced that one to his man. I'm sure a ball that nearly was intercepted, and he definitely would have liked that back then. One in general, he's like, I don't know if I want to risk that again. You can see the coaches didn't love the decision 2 plays ago. That time much more pleased. On 3rd and 10 with 29 seconds left. We'll see what Brousseau does here. 3-man rush. Snap was low, but caught quickly. To the outside. He gets out of bounds. Grayson Brousseau on the catch there. Brousseau to Brousseau connection.
Got to be brothers, I would say. I think they are brothers. One of them's a junior. I think the other one might be a freshman. So you know, he's getting great minutes of varsity at such a young age. And we're going to see with 10 seconds left on the clock, looking in just inside the red zone, I would not be surprised if they try and air it out, get it right into the end zone.
You think, CJ, maybe 1 or 2 more plays before you have to kick that field goal?
Probably 1 or 2 more, depending on if you can get out of bounds or not.
Brousseau drops back with time. Is that a fumble? They do rule it incomplete. He held on to it for a long time, ended up getting knocked forward. They're talking about what it is right now. And I believe Brousseau is down. We're talking about it right now. Kind of just forced that one into the ground. CJ could, intentional grounding maybe?
Yeah, I mean, they might be debating a fumble call or intentional grounding. It's one of the two. I mean, I would favor probably towards intentional grounding. Interesting is they call it an incomplete pass. I would say intentional grounding on that play because he threw it directly at the ground, not in the direction of a receiver.
Yeah, and at the moment you saw the defensive lineman collapse on top of him there. My mistake as well on the initial injury diagnosis. Brousseau is fine. It is a Alta Hawk who is down at the moment, as we see the training staff come out with 4.2 seconds left. Field goal unit is going to come on, though, once we do resume play here momentarily. I think if you're Brousseau right there, too, just maybe if you are going to tuck and run that one, you want to do it a little bit earlier or just air that one out a little earlier, right, CJ?
Yeah, I mean, he kind of got fortunate that the referees called that an incomplete pass and they avoided a penalty. If you're Brousseau, you either throw that out earlier or you tuck and run. Obviously, you're trying to manage the clock, but you know that could have been really bad, really quick. And fortunately, Lehigh's going to be able to maybe put some more points on the board.
Opportunity for the kick right here. Long field goal here as well. Ball on the 19. Does this field goal officially be a 36-yarder? It's up. Just drifts to the right. It looked no good. We had to wait for the initial diagnosis there, and that will be the end of the first half here. CJ, your thoughts on our first half?
Great job by Lehigh. We'll see how they can do to come out in the second half. They maintain control, up 14-7, up a touchdown. If that last play would have gone a little bit better with Brousseau, maybe they could have gone up 21, as we see a 36-yarder wide right, as they are unable to put points on the board at the end of the first half.
Unable to get the points there, but able to cash in on 2 big scores in the second quarter. Our game 14-7 right now. The Lehigh Pioneers lead the Alta Hawks. You're watching KSL Game Night Live Rewind. Enjoy the halftime festivities.
And we are back here at Lehi High School as the Lehigh Pioneers host the Alta Hawks, as Lehigh is currently leading by a touchdown, 14-7. So far, we have seen Lehigh's offense do a really good job of staying consistent and doing really good in the passing game. And Alta has kind of been stuttering on offense so far. They had an early touchdown, and they haven't really been able to get things going. Both defenses playing pretty well, forcing quarterbacks into tough situations. As we'll see what goes on here in the second half. Notable players to look out for: Micah Kafusi for Alta, great receiver, great defender, great DB. And also on the Lehigh side, your quarterback, Jackson Brousseau, great quarterback, able to air out the ball. His main target so far has been Jackson Christensen, playing really well. And you're also going to look at the running back, Carson Gonzalez, number 28, as he is both a runner and a receiver. As we're back, I'm CJ Roderick here with JT. JT, how are we looking at?
We're doing good, CJ. 51 seconds away from the kick right here. These teams do their little karaoke and stretching circles. Back when you played, CJ, did they do the stretching circles? Were you a karaoke guy? What was the move?
More of a karaoke guy, I feel like, on our team. Everyone warms up differently. It's so great to see how they're all warming up.
That was mine as well, always moving around more rather than standing still and doing this more static stretches, as they're called. Now 25 seconds away from the kick. And yeah, as you mentioned, it'll be interesting to see how teams settle in after the break like that. We look forward to getting underway here almost.
In other news, we got Micah Kafusi's older brother, Jackson Kafusi, currently playing for BYU as they're playing up in Logan at Utah State. So it's great to see this younger brother and Micah having a good game so far here for Alta against Lehigh. We'll see if Alta can do something to tie this back up. And so good luck to Jackson and the BYU football team. Also good luck to Utah State. Whoever wins that game, I'm sure it'll be a great game nonetheless.
Great game, but why would you watch that when you could be right here with us on KSL Game Night Live Rewind? We're about to get the third quarter set, 14-7. Lehigh did win the toss. They deferred. And they're now ready to get back on track offensively, as that last drive didn't end quite how they would have wanted it to, CJ.
Yeah, not quite. They had some miscommunication on some passing plays, went for a field goal, went wide right, as it could have been up 17-7, but, that's just how football goes.
And this one is booted. Will be returnable, though. They're going to try and bring it out. A little bit of daylight. Shakes one. Able to bring it out past the 35. A strong return to start it out for the Pioneers.
Great job by Katie and Sweat, being able to dodge some Hawks and get real well into good territory here. And that's what you want to see from an opening kickoff return. Establish that momentum and get back on track.
So out comes the offense. As we mentioned, had to settle for the field goal, but it ended up falling no good. Brousseau. Oh, flag. Comes in here to halt that one. Let's see what the call comes in as. There was an illegal substitution there on the Alta Hawks, so the drive continues to not fall their way after giving up the big return, give up the easy 5 yards there to now start this drive at the 40.
Great, Lehigh needs to get back on track. They missed that field goal. We'll see what they can do. And that penalty just helps them out.
Brousseau. Gonzalez had a couple of strong runs in the first half as he shifts over. Brousseau to the outside. Easy pitch and catch there. And it goes for a first. Facing 1st and 5, they get the first down, hitting Christensen.
Great job by Jackson Christensen, able to make that catch and just move up the field a little bit. Lehigh likes to throw a lot of those screen passes, short passes, and let the receivers try and get extra yards. And I like that. It's working well so far for them.
Athletes in space usually leads to successful things. Coach Larson and his staff understand that. To the outside, the wide receiver screen. Blocking is strong for Christensen as he follows that blocking nearly for a first down.
Great job. That was a very similar pass to the last one. And if it ain't broke, don't fix it. You're able to get a first down on that play. Great job by Christensen to move up the field.
So that'll take us over to the Hawks side of the field now. Spotted at about the 43. Russo gives to Gonzalez. Gonzalez shakes would-be tacklers in the backfield and runs for another first down. The Pioneers clicking right now, CJ.
Pioneers are rolling on offense right now. Great job by Gonzalez to speed through that line, not let anyone tackle him, and pick up some really good yards. As we see, if Lehigh can make up for that last drive that they had last half and actually put some more points on the board.
Looked to be a hesitation at first. He was tackled right around the marker, but will officially go down as a first down with just a little over 10 minutes remaining here in our third quarter. Snowden to the outside. Brousseau, excuse me, don't know where Snowden came from there, CJ, but gets it to Christensen again on the catch.
And that's 3 targets for Christensen and 3 made catches. And if you're Coach Teo and Alta, you want to get this defense going up. I mean, they haven't really been able to block that pass game so far this drive, and you really need to get your line in there, pressure the quarterback, because he's going to be making those throws all night if you can't pressure him.
2nd and 6, ball on the 29. Rousseau, blitz comes up the middle. It's picked up. He airs it out to a man broken up at the last minute. Well played by the Alta secondary.
And Boston Bingham was the target receiver on that play, not able to come down with the ball. The Alta secondary, you saw 2 guys covering him. One guy kind of looked like he was going to swat the ball, and he missed, which kind of led Boston Bingham to think that he swatted it, and he couldn't quite grab onto the ball.
Elam Jones will get credited with the PDU there. Brings up 3rd and 6. The show blitz. A give. Shakes one would-be tackler. He's got it to the outside. They give it to the backup back. He rewards them with 6 points there. Strong running for the touchdown by Isaac Mills.
Great job by Isaac Mills. He goes right up the field. And Isaac Mills has kind of been their scoring running back. He does great jobs inside the red zone and close to the touchdown marker. That's his 3rd touchdown on the season.
They give it to the outside to Mills on the right. He cuts it back beautifully. And an opportunity now to make it a 14-point ball game. It's through. 21-7. Lehigh leads Alta.
And Lehigh doing a great job at the break.
Back here at Lehi High School, the bell is being run by the big boys up front. They're excited after taking a 21-7 lead over the Alta Hawks. JT Worcester still here with CJ Roderick still, and CJ, that was an impressive first drive.
Yeah, that was a great first drive by Lehigh, doing a great job. I mean, if you're Alta, you're looking and you're saying, how can we stop these guys? We need to rush, we need to pressure that quarterback.
Opportunity for a return here, but it's played well by the Pioneers as they swallow them up around the 22.
Yeah, great job on the kick return. As I was saying, Alta not doing so well in the defensive end, might need to shape it up. We'll see what their offense can do. Try and get some points back on the board, get this game within 1 touchdown. We'll see if they can make up for that lack of defensive presence that they have.
So with 9:28, this drive starts on the 22. Ethan Jackson hoping to spark this offense. Starts it dropping back. Gets it to the outside to who else but Kaufisi. Well played by the Lehigh secondary.
And Micah Kaufusi's just going to come down with the ball if you throw it in his direction, as Alta doing a great job to start off this drive, trying to run downfield. Quarterback Ethan Jackson has been making really good reads so far, as we want to see maybe a few more targets go Kaufusi's way, because he's been so far unstoppable this season.
Kaufusi all over that one there. Makes it 2nd and 2. Jackson looks to the outside right away, finds his man over the middle on the slant.
Alta's starting to show some life here in the passing game with 2 really good completions. First one to Kaufusi, and then this one to Jensen Campbell for the first down.
Good job by Campbell moving the chains there. As you mentioned, this offense starting to show a little bit of life now that is really encouraging to see if you are an Alta Hawk. Jackson pressured, trying to get away from it. Beautifully deflected there on the outside. He looked to be throwing it away at the moment, but coming in for the pass deflection right there is Hema Katoa.
Hema Katoa, great job to knock it out of bounds. But if you're Hema Katoa, you might be shaking your head a little bit. It might be like, why did I just catch that? He threw it right to me.
Yeah, one Katoa, you can see it kind of hit his head after, like, oh, I just missed an opportunity for a pick 6. Potentially. Brings up 2nd and 10 from the 41, 8:16 to go in our 3rd quarter. Jackson alone in the backfield. Hits his man to the outside open. And a good gang tackle by Lehigh.
Good catch by Bryce Maxim, number 9, as Lehigh Alta maybe just needs to throw those short passes, get those first downs, and just kind of crawl upfield towards the end zone.
Gain of 5 will officially make it 3rd and 5. Jackson brings on the big fullback to help with the pass protection. Blitz comes. Jackson just airs it out. Unable to hit his man.
Just overthrows his receiver a little bit there, as tried to air it out a little bit. I like that by Jackson, just throwing it a little bit too hard. And we'll see what they can do. 3rd and 5. They need to get a first down here to keep this drive alive.
Instead, they elect to punt. Trailing 21-7. At the moment, at midfield, the territory where you do maybe think about it, I'm sure Coach did. Instead, they punt. That flag does come in. We saw the roughing the kicker flag get waved off earlier. Ball was nearly fumbled as well in the back, but either way, this drive is going to be extended because of the roughing the kicker.
I think the roughing the kicker play had a little bit of a look for the returner. He wasn't quite focusing on the ball a little bit. Almost fumbled it towards Alta, and obviously that was a late hit and a really good call by the refs to call that roughing the kicker.
Coach Teo coming out there right now, not pleased with the call. We haven't heard the call officially made yet, so maybe time to overturn it as they think things over. But I mean, you see the Lehigh defense already making their way back out there. They're expecting it, as are we. We just await the call and the word from our white hat. Roughing the kicker, indeed the call. You see the ref do the little leg kick, signifying it, and it will indeed give a huge game-swinging first down to the Hawks.
And this is good for the Hawks to try and keep momentum in their side. They catch a lucky break on the roughing the kicker penalty, and we'll see if they can keep this drive alive and maybe get a touchdown here, because we know that they need it.
Opportunity for Jackson, second life. They continue the pass-only trend of this drive. Jackson airs it out and nearly picked off there. It was very well tracked on the outside by Nathan Andereggi.
Yeah, Nathan Anderegg doing a great job. Was slightly overthrown both the receiver and the defender. And so he almost made a really good play for Lehigh on the defensive side of the ball, but ends up just being an incomplete pass.
Yeah, Anderegg nearly had the big interception there. Tried to track it like a wide receiver over the shoulder, but unable to haul it in as it was just slightly overthrown, even though he wasn't obviously the intended target. Jackson steps up, no one in front of him. Goes down, and a flag will come in there. Looks like the refs did not appreciate the late hit there as Jackson was going down.
Yeah, Jackson gets hit in the back by a defender. Good call. You know, as the quarterback's going down and he's sliding, once he makes that slide, don't go for him, don't hit him, because, you know, we don't want to see injuries in this game, especially at the high school level when all these guys are so young. You know, a quarterback can get seriously injured if he's going for a slide and he gets hit hard.
Call officially comes in from our white hat. It is targeting. So an interesting call there is unnecessary roughness, we thought for sure, but you see the targeting come in. $7:15 to go. Ball on the 22 now. Jackson goes with the hard count, then checks to the sideline. Play clock dips under 10. To the outside. Dragged down pretty quickly, but a nice gain on first down. Actually, we'll go for 10 yards. A deceptive 10 yards from our angle, CJ.
Yeah, from our angle, that was really deceptive. It looked like it was a little bit shorter than that. And that's just kind of that angle, and it's going to be a first down for Alta, and they're in the red zone now, so we're going to see what they can do to maybe get a touchdown here and make this a 7-point game.
Jace Turner, the man on the reception. They do give it finally, up the gut for a couple.
And if you're Alta, you know, you get a couple of yards on that, push it a little bit closer towards the end zone, but maybe just air it out with the passing game a little bit more. That seems to be working so far. But again, a good rushing game establishes a good passing game, so we'll see how Alta can do to, you know, maybe put the ball into the end zone.
Anson Jaramillo, the man on the carry, gets about 3. Brings us to 2nd and 7 with 5:50 remaining in our third quarter. Jackson looks to the outside, has his man on the slant, and he's got him.
And that was just a great job by number 12, Jensen Campbell, to move in front of his receiver, kind of block it, or to move in front of his defender, kind of block out that defender, put his body in front of him. Easy catch, easy pass for Ethan Jackson on the left side slant.
The touchdown from 9 yards out. It's an opportunity to make it a 7-point game now, with the Hawks able to respond with their own scoring drive. And that one nearly blocked as it comes in late, but instead the PAT is good. 21-14. Lehigh still leads, but Alta still in this game.
Gear up, get out, and get moving. Locally owned and operated since 1995, visit us at saltlakerunning.com today.
The Hawks respond on their first drive of the second half. We've had 2 scores so far as things have ramped up here from Lehi High School. CJ, what impressed you most about that drive?
What impressed me about that drive that Alta was able to do that they weren't doing in the first half is they established the passing game. Were able to make clean, good passes to get their quarterback some confidence to where he could air it out and make some, deeper passes and long. But they did get some breaks with a few penalty calls, and so if you're Lehigh, you got to clean those up. Did a great job on defense, but those penalty calls unfortunately came back to bite them.
Yeah, the roughing kicker, the roughing the punter call, will be one we look back to if the Hawks are able to retake the lead here. They kick this one deep as both men go to feed it, but Sweat comes down with it, sees a lane, cuts it back, inside, showing off the speed. He's crossed the 50, one man to catch him, and he is pushed out of bounds, but Sweat with the sweet return.
Sweating a lot as he does a really good job on that return, forcing it into Hawk territory. And that is not what you want to see for Alta, because Lehigh is going to take that momentum, and I think that they're going to run with it. Great job by Sweat to establish this drive and give his team really good field position.
Really good field position indeed. The momentum swings back in favor of the Pioneers with that big spark right there provided by Sweat.
And it's amazing to see what special teams can really do in a football game to turn the tide on the momentum as we see what they're going to do in this play.
Indeed it is. You saw it last weekend in the NFL. There were 4 game-winning kicks. And right there we see the big return by Sweat. Play action. Airing it out with a man open. He's got it. It's hauled in. Lehigh wastes no time. Strike it back. Getting in with the big-time score there is Isaac Daly.
Nothing but daylight for Isaac Daly right now as Lehigh says, you know what, you guys may score, but we're coming right back. We got the momentum in our favor. This is our house. Great job by Brousseau to Daly to put 6 on the board. We'll see if this PAT is good.
We barely had enough time to show our ad before they get in the end zone, it feels like. To make it 28. It's good. 28-14. Lehigh retaking control and a 14-point lead. You're watching KSL Game Night Live Rewind.
Gear up, get out, and get moving. Locally owned and operated since 1995, visit us at saltlakerunning.com today.
Back inside Lehigh High School, where the Pioneers wasted no time finding the end zone there, Jake, or CJ.
Lehigh just had one play in that drive, literally touchdown pass, as we saw the good return for Lehigh, and just a great job to get into the end zone really quickly.
So 28-14. So CJ Roderick's still with you, but calling games in the past with Jake Hatch, so a little mishap by there, but CJ doing a great job holding it down for us tonight. This one will be returnable. As he we do see the flag come in right there. CJ, what do you think of that?
Legal block in the back is obviously what that was. A little bit of a late flag, but I think everyone in the stadium was waiting for that flag to be thrown because that was obvious.
Indeed it was. See them counseling over right now, but CJ, as you said, this should not take very long.
No, it shouldn't. I just heard a fan say people on the freeway here in the backdrop probably could have seen that call. So yeah, that was pretty obvious. Not very good, for this team.
Yeah, freeway in the distance. Not too far at all for us. So 4 plays to go. Alta scores a touchdown. Then you get the 50-yard kick return, a little over 50, the touchdown. And now start out with the block in the back. Drive will start on the 8 for Jackson. To the outside, that one is dropped. A little bit of a low throw.
A little bit of a low throw. The receiver almost was able to get his hands on it, but when you have that kind of field position that they're in right now, in a really dangerous spot, you hope you can complete that pass. Maybe just throw a little bit higher if you're Jackson. Try and get those nerves settled down a little bit.
A lot of time left with 5:12 in the third quarter. Brings up 2nd and 10. Play clock under 10. Blitz comes. Jackson hits his man.
Micah Kafusi again with a catch. Getting some yards short of the first down. You're looking at 3rd and 5. They got to get a first down so far. Great job by Micah Kafusi coming up with the catch.
Little curl comeback route has been very effective for them tonight. For an athlete of Kafusi's prowess. And as you said, 3rd and 5, CJ. A big 3rd and 5 here. Jackson, unable to hit his man. Will bring up 4th down, and the punt unit's coming on.
Great job by the Lehigh defense, and they got the inch, and now they're running with the mile so far. Being able to have a great kick return, do a great touchdown, and then make a really good 3-and-out defensive stop.
Lehigh defensive line stepping up there with the big tip pass. Unable to make out the number on who it was, but had a huge impact on that play there. Sweat back to return, eager to get another opportunity. He took one across the 50 last time. Another 50-yard return would more than likely lead him to the end zone. And you do see movement along the Hawks punt unit there. Just an unfortunate break, CJ.
Just a bad break for Alta. I mean, they're going to get pushed back even farther, and that's not great if you're the punter because now you're well deep within your own end zone. That's a risky spot to be in.
So delay a game is the call, which is interesting because the flag came in once the movement occurred. So maybe he was just watching the play clock and went, if I don't move, it's going to be the thing anyways, so might as well. But as you mentioned, CJ, difficult to punt back in your own end zone. You see Lehigh coming. They're getting after it. Unable to get home on the block, but returnable ball here for Sweat. So he tries to get it. And Sweat takes it to about the 36. Strong return by Sweat.
Strong return by Sweat. Obviously, doing a good job of kind of making something out of nothing there. Looked like he wasn't going to get too much yardage. Ends up getting about 6 yards, 7 yards. But I got a shout out to the Alta punter. Well within his own end zone, he's able to get that ball off as he was seeing some pressure, almost blocked. So great job by him to get it out because that would have been really bad. So great job by the Alta punter.
Rousseau, start the drive from the 36 officially. Gives it to his man on the wide receiver screen again. Got some daylight for a first down.
That's number 5, Isaac Mills, at the running back position. Great job. Great job by Isaac Mills to pick up yards, and that's what these receivers and running backs do for Lehigh. If you give them the ball on a catch, they're going to be able to pick up extra yardage.
Seen the screen game be extremely effective. Alta's had success with it, but Lehigh has really maximized its value here as he gets this one to the outside. A nice catch is made by Boston Bingham.
Good job by Boston Bingham being able to make this reception, and Lehigh doing a really good job in the short passing game. They do that to establish some really good confidence in their quarterback, and then they can air it out as they're close to the end zone.
2nd and 3 with 4:19 to go in our third quarter. Ball on the 16. Rousseau off the play action. Has a man open. He hits him off the slant. Touchdown, Lehigh.
Great call by Coach Larson. and a great pass by Brousseau. That's exactly what I expected them to do. I expected them to air it out on that play. Great job passing to his receiver, number 11, Kobe Moore, the junior.
Moore able to add to the lead. It's now 34-14. Opportunity to make it 35 in just a second. But the change for this offense in the Pioneers has been evident as they've been able to really move the ball more successfully. And they add on to it right there with the PAT. So 35-14. You're watching KSL Game Night Live Rewind.
Gear up, get out, and get moving. Locally owned and operated since 1995, visit us at saltlakerunning.com today.
And welcome back to Lehigh High School. As we saw, Lehigh just barely being able to go up 35-14 on a great touchdown by Brousseau to number 11, Kobe Moore. And this has been a real change for the Lehigh offense coming here into the third quarter with 4 minutes left in the third quarter. In the first half, they did some good things, but they were struggling a little bit. Right now, they're doing a great job in the passing game as we see the kick off.
Whistle's coming in right away. I think one of the Pioneers might have gotten going a little earlier there, CJ.
Yeah, that's what it looked like to be as we saw the play blown dead as soon as the ball was off.
So 5-yard penalty, backing up a little bit. You know, team's up 35-14. You're excited out there, having a good time in front of your home crowd, getting to ring the bell they got down here in front every time they score. And can't blame them for being excited, right?
No, you can't blame them for being excited. You know, every team's going to make little mistakes. It's better when those mistakes are when you're up rather than when you're down. So just a good job by Lehigh getting those jitters out a little bit.
We're now ready to kick it. As it is boomed. This one bounces out as well, so the second time we've seen that flag thrown in this game. And that fortunate for Alta, but they just need to get back on track, CJ.
Yeah, they just need to get back on track to, have a more stable offense. They've been not doing very well, and the offense that they've kind of generated has come off Lehigh mistakes on the defensive side. You know, they had a scoring drive where they scored because it was roughing the punter on a special teams play. So Alta's got to do a good job of just staying consistent and being able to make an established offense.
Ethan Jackson alone in the pocket. Pressure breaks through. He's got to step up, gets away from it. Gains maybe a yard on the forced scramble, but Pioneers coming through with some pressure.
Yeah, good job by the Pioneers to throw the pressure in. And that's something that Lehigh's been able to really do here against Alta. They've been able to pressure the quarterback and pressure him so he is making bad decisions. And, just a great job by the Lehigh defense. Alta's not been able to get anything really going throughout most of this game.
2nd and 8. Play clock dips under 10 as Jackson changes things up. Jackson caught, not to his intended target. The pass is deflected and then caught for a first down beautifully by Jensen Campbell.
Yeah, number 35, Hima Katoa, comes up, deflects the ball, and it just lands right in the hands of an Alta receiver. Great defensive play by Hima Katoa, but sometimes those things happen, and that's just unfortunate for Lehigh, but great for Alta.
Jackson looking deep, and the pressure breaks through once again. A big-time sack by the Pioneers.
and he never saw that defender coming. It was on his blind side. He wasn't looking that way, and you know, if you're the quarterback, every once in a while, that's going to happen. Dude comes on the blindside rush, offensive line can't block him, and he's sacked.
William McCleary, one of the men through for the big-time sack, which will end up being a 10-yard loss at total, so brings up 2nd and 20. Ball on the 43. Jackson, they set up the screen. Unfortunately, got caught along his offensive lineman, and Jace Turner not able to turn that into anything.
Alta looking to try and do something else. I mean, that screen just, you know, wasn't efficient, really. 2 receivers kind of in the same area, and Alta's offense just seems to be sputtering right now. Coach Teo's got to do something to get him back on track.
Pulled the defensive line of the Pioneers, but the linebacker, safeties, and as you mentioned, because those receivers in the areas, corners just all over it. 2:20 to go in our third quarter. Jackson faces 3rd and 17 on the 45. Pressure breaks through. He's able to escape it. Flag comes in. We'll see if it's holding. And he just runs out of bounds. Watch for our white hat at the moment to see if we get it. It is holding along the offensive line. So that one is going to come back.
And I mean, that's just not great for Alta. You're already at 3rd and 17. It's just going to get pushed farther back, and you're going to be 3rd and long. And you're going to have to look for some kind of passing play on this. And just bad time by the offensive line to hold right there.
We're going to get a 3rd and 27 coming up here, CJ. And for an offense that is in a little bit of a spurt right now, it's not what you like to face.
Yeah, I mean, it'll be interesting to see what they can draw up here. 27 yards, that's a long way to go. That's about a mile in football terms. So we're going to see what they can do here.
A mile and then some, indeed. Feels like a marathon in some ways. Tough sledding for sure. Been really impressed with this Lehigh defensive line so far, CJ. They've done a really good job creating that pressure, sometimes with even only 3-man rushes. We'll see if they send anything here. Just the classic 4-man. Jackson just airs it out. Overthrowing everyone, but punting units come out.
Yeah, great job by Lehigh to defend that. They rushed 4, able to pressure the quarterback as he airs it out, throws it a little bit too far. Great job by the Lehigh defense, as you mentioned, JT. Just doing a good job. Doing really good in rushing, even when they're rushing 3, 4. They're doing a really good job of pressuring the quarterback. So really good job by the defensive line.
As long as they don't hit the punter, they've been in great shape tonight. So I'm trying to get a jump a little bit along that offensive line along the punt unit, and it's going to occur right there as they back them up 5 yards.
And, you know, this is the second time they've been backed up. If you're the Alta punter, you're like, come on, guys. Like, you're just backing me up farther. We need to force these guys into bad field position, and that's going to be hard to do.
It can be tough when guys are jumping in your face a little bit like that, but that's exactly what you practice for. You know what you got to do, and just right there doesn't pay off. This one is booted away, nearly blocked again. Sweat gets under it. Got room in front of him. Going to get it across the 50. And tiptoe, and he's staying in bounds. He was knocked back inbounds, nearly went out of bounds. Sweat's going to take it to the house for 6. What an incredible touchdown. # rewind top 5.
Sweat, circus moves. Makes the defender miss with a sweet juke, able to keep his feet in bounds, and Alta had no way to stop him as he hit the green light. Great job. Lehigh goes up 41-14, awaiting the PAT on the return.
Hayden Sweat with just an incredible punt return touchdown there. You highlighted perfectly. The first, the juke, and then knocked. He was going out of bounds, and he was knocked back in bounds, and you can see the sideline erupt with go get to the end zone. He does exactly that. Opportunity to make it 42-14 is successful. Sweat and the Pioneers doing work at Lehigh High School.
Gear up, get out, and get moving. Locally owned and operated since 1995, visit us at saltlakerunning.com today.
The stadium is still buzzing from an electric return by Caden Sweat.
Great job, and Caden Sweat just doing a really good job on that return. That's obviously going to be a top 5 play of the week, in my opinion, because he makes a great move, stutter step, jukes a defender, keeps his feet in bounds as he's pushed back in bounds, and scores a touchdown. And Lehigh's rolling. And Alta, if you're Alta, there's nothing really that you can do now, or at least that may be what you're thinking.
Kicks away. I'm going to go for the touchback as it goes out of the end zone. And yeah, things got to happen fast and start clicking for Alta and the Hawks.
Farther, we need to force these guys into bad field position, and that's going to be hard to do.
It'd be tough when guys are jumping in your face a little bit like that, but that's exactly what you practice for. You know what you got to do, and just right there doesn't pay off. This one is booted away, nearly blocked again. Sweat gets under it. Got room in front of him. Going to get it across the 50. And tiptoe, and he's staying in bounds. He was knocked back inbounds, nearly went out of bounds. Sweat's going to take it to the house for 6. What? To the outside. Able to hit Bryce Maxum, excuse me.
Yeah, good job by Bryce Maxum to get a couple yards on that play, as we see if Alta can get their offense coming back. I mean, you're down 42-14 with a minute 19 left to go in the third quarter. It's not really going in your favor. The momentum is all in Lehigh's favor. We're going to see what Alta can do to change that.
2nd and 7. Pressure, Jackson. Calfisi just not expecting that one.
And you know, something in this game that Coach Larson was going to tell us is he was saying we need to neutralize Calfusi. We need to neutralize him because he's probably the best receiver on their team, if not one of the best. And if so far they've done a good job of neutralizing him, and he hasn't really made any big plays for Alta, which has really stifled their offense.
Indeed it has. So 3rd and 7 with a minute to play in our third quarter. I'm sure the last thing Alta wants to do right now is get the ball, kick it back to Sweat. Opportunity for Jackson to extend this drive. He drifts and just has to throw it away. No one open. The pressure breaking through the coverage on the back end. Pioneers defense just doing work.
Yeah, Pioneers defense just pressuring him. And guess what? Now you bring your punting unit back out, and you might have to kick it back to Sweat. And he's been giving you nightmares these past 2 returns. First return gets about 50 yards. Second return gets a touchdown. So you really do not want to kick it to him.
They have no other choice on their own 33-yard line. This one has a chance to be blocked. It is blocked. The huge block punt. It ends up rolling out of bounds. But what a play made by big number 99. CJ, you're the one who highlighted him.
Isaac Terrell, man, he is a monster. That is what my nickname now is for Isaac Terrell. This is the second time he's gotten close to the punter, and this time he comes up with the block. He has been swarming that punter on that edge the whole time, and great job, great defensive or special teams play by Isaac Terrell, the monster.
Monster indeed, and you can even you've been able to see it. He does an incredible job at getting off the ball, the first step, able to get around there, and you could even see the punter eyeing him, knowing I got to get this ball off, but he's just too fast and gets the huge blocked punt there. Does Terrell. That's a timeout, Lehigh. That's an interesting one right there, and with that timeout, we're going to step away as well. You're watching KSL Game Night Live Rewind. inside Lehigh High School, where things are just going the Pioneers' way right now after the Isaac Terrell's blocked punt. Now sets him up inside the 15, ball in the 13 officially. Looking in the end zone, and that one just dropped, unfortunately.
Great job by the receiver to totally juke out his defender and get ahead of him. Just a little high, can't quite come down with the ball, but great job by number 13 to get open.
Yeah, Steely Cooper doing a really good job there on the route. I think, like you said too, a ball that definitely you would want to have back there if you are Brusso. They give this one to Gonzalez. We haven't called his name much in the second half, but picks up where he left off with a strong carry. Flag does come in.
Yeah, flag call, obviously. We haven't really called Gonzalez's name, as you mentioned. As we see, this one might be coming back on a hold call.
Looks like it's going to go against Brousseau on the offense. We're signaling, pointing Lehigh's way, Alta's way, excuse me. Personal foul, face mask. Just a tough break right now for Alta, as Lehigh is going to go inside the 5 now.
Yeah, everything going Lehigh's way, it seems like. I couldn't really get an angle of that call. I trusted that was the call, but Lehigh's right in there, right next to their end zone, so we'll see what they can do.
Just over 35 seconds remaining. To the outside, got his man. A beautiful throw. Christensen comes down with it, does the celebratory kick. Lehigh, touchdown.
And this is just going all Lehigh's way. This whole third quarter has been Lehigh, 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 Lehigh. They've just been scoring and scoring, and now they're just putting this game out of reach for Alta.
Beautiful route by Christensen. I even see the gritty on the sideline. It's a route that Justin Jefferson does extremely well, that whip route right there, and you see full effect right there as the sideline is ecstatic at the moment because of the big-time score. Opportunity to make it 49-14. It's good. Lehigh leading at Lehigh High.
The extra point is good.
Gear up, get out, and get moving. Locally owned and operated since 1995, visit us at saltlakerunning.com today.
The bells are ringing at Lehi High School, and may not be Christmas for everyone else, but it is if you're a Lehigh Pioneer fan right now, CJ.
Yeah, that bell is ringing. When that bell tolls, you know that you're in trouble, and so far it's been really troubling for Alta as they are now trailing 49-14 as we get ready for Lehigh to kick this ball away. And if you're Alta, you think this game's probably out of reach, but we can do the best to kind of stop the bleeding as this ball's kicked.
Returnable, miscommunication as both men back go for it. Nearly breaking that one free for Alta, and the ball came out. He looked like he was ruled down momentarily, but ball is going to stay with Alta, but a little bit of a scare right there as Bryce Maxim just nearly losing that one.
Yeah, that ball was fumbled, but good for Alta to pick it back up. And this game is just not going Alta's way ever since the second half started. And with 14 seconds left in the third quarter, it's just going crazy, and it's not their ball game right now.
The clock is running, which is that will be the end of the third quarter because of the tackle made there. 49-14, Lehigh leads.
Let's welcome Millie Gibson onto the field.
Gear up, get out, and get moving. Locally owned and operated since 1995, visit us at saltlakerunning.com today.
A third quarter dominated by the Lehigh Pioneers has them up 49-14. JT Wistersill and CJ on the call right now. CJ, what are your thoughts?
That went all Lehigh's way. It just seemed like, the momentum never was in Alta's way starting in the second half in that third quarter. And, now the clock's up so far that we're probably going to be having to running a clock for the rest of this game. And it looks like Lehigh is going to come out of here with a win. And we'll just see how it goes in this fourth quarter. I mean, if they can keep the momentum, good for them, but Alta stuttering so far.
The give. Strong tackle made. That was a beautifully made tackle by Tristan Royce. All over the ball carrying Anson Jaramillo.
Yeah, and we'll just see what Alta goes to do. Trying to, stop the bleeding a little bit, trying to get some more points on the board to maybe look a little bit better in this game. As both teams pretty even at the start, but it has not been that way after the third quarter.
Halftime adjustments paying big dividends for Lehigh. Jackson, room to run, gets the first with ease.
Smart to run out of bounds, He doesn't want to get hit hard, he doesn't want to get hurt. Just takes his yards and runs out of bounds. Smart play by Eric Jackson.
First and 10 is the Hawks at the 41-yard line.
Mentioned that running clock. Even though he ran out of bounds, it keeps running. So now already under 11 minutes to go in our fourth quarter. Jackson to the outside. A modest gain on first down.
And, good job by Jackson to stay composed, and just make a really good throw to his receiver, number 12, Jensen Campbell.
Campbell's had a few nice catches tonight, as has Kaufusi. Ball on the 41. Brings up 2nd and 2, a long 2 for Jackson. As there's pressure in his face, he escapes, looking to throw. And he'll just run out of bounds, and that'll go down as a 2-yard loss.
Yeah, he just doesn't want to get hit again, just runs out of bounds. The clock's going to keep running anyway. Just a great job to just do something. As we look forward, Alta's going to play their next game against Jordan, against a 2-5 Jordan team so far. We're going to see what they can do to kind of redeem themselves as they kind of just try and run the clock out in this final game.
3rd and 4. Jackson got Kaufusi, and he hauls it in.
Great grab by Kaufusi. The pass a little low. Kaufusi kind of slides there to make that catch. Just a good grab by him.
1st and 10 from the 47 with 9:20 remaining in our game. Jackson, blitz comes through, just lofts it up. And Kaufusi having to play DB late there, able to knock it away. From Nathan Andreg.
Crowd a little fired up right there. Maybe we're looking for some kind of flag to be thrown. And it's going like all Lehigh's way so far, able to break up that pass. And if you're Alta, you're just trying to get some offense going, get some yards, and just try and build it back up to look towards the next game.
8:30 remaining, 2nd and 10. Jackson, pressure breaks through, just has to throw it away right away. The Pioneers hounding in the backfield.
And that's been the story of the game. The Pioneers just able to pressure Ethan Jackson all game, and they're not gonna stop in this fourth quarter. They're just gonna keep pressuring him, keep showing their stuff. And Ethan Jackson, a little confused, a little pressured on the last play.
3rd and 10 with under 8 minutes to go. Ball's on the 47. The Hawks looking for a first down. Jackson, blitz comes through, and he just goes down. Coming through untouched for Lehigh was Tristan Royce.
Lehigh flexing their muscles. These Lehigh linebackers and defensive line just flexing. And they know what game they got coming up next. They got Timpview, another 5-2 game. Obviously, Lehigh will be 6-2. We'll see what Timpview's record's going to be. But they want to send a message to the rest of these teams out here that they're legit and they're not going to stop. And that's what this defense is doing here in this fourth quarter for Lehigh.
Opportunity for Sweat to add to what's been an incredible day. This punt return. Sweat gets under it. He's got the edge. See the flag come in. This one's going to come back.
I didn't see what that flag was, but great job by Sweat to, try and get as many yards as he possibly can.
White Hat and the rest of the officials talk it over. Looks like we are going to have the second string quarterback come in, so that will be it for Brousseau today. And it's been a pretty good day for Jackson Brousseau, hasn't it?
Been a great day. I mean, he's just done a great job passing the ball, and you expect nothing less from Jackson Brousseau. Coming into this game with 17 touchdowns, he adds quite a few more onto his repertoire. And no interceptions thrown in this game. He had 2 picks going into this game. He's extremely efficient with the ball. It's a great job by him to add a bunch of touchdowns on the board and throw no picks.
Surprising to see no interceptions in this game in general, unless I'm missing something, CJ. I believe we've had 0 picks.
0 picks actually so far, which is kind of funny because both these teams have really good secondaries who've been able to draw interceptions in the past. Yeah, but just a really clean ball game as far as quarterback efficiency, as far as interceptions go.
Jet Niu, the man who's coming in under center. Niu starts it in the gun, gives it up the gut for a gain of a few. Believe it was Gonzalez on the carry. We'll confirm in a moment.
Yeah, Jet Niu coming into this game for Lehigh. Really good for him to get some reps in this fourth quarter, subbing in for Jackson Brousseau. And yeah, just great job by him. Get some handoffs. Maybe they'll give him a few passing plays to get his confidence up. It's great to give to be able to have this position to give your backup QB some reps.
Kolose Latu was the back on the previous carry. As we tick under 6 minutes now in our fourth quarter. And because the play clock was down at 2, they just weren't ready. Jet has to burn a timeout. We're going to take a timeout as well. You're watching KSL Game Night Live Rewind.
Gear up, get out, and get moving. Locally owned and operated since 1995, visit us at saltlakerunning.com today.
Fourth quarter rolls on at Lehigh High School. Backup quarterback in for Lehigh in the form of Jet Niu. Showing good awareness there, realizing, hey, we're not going to get this off. Burn the timeout here. Now on 2nd and 7, he drops back. Hits his man, who makes a tough catch over the middle with a bevy of Hawks around him.
Great job by Niu. Great job by Niu making the most of his receptions here. And, it's good for him to get these passing, reps in. And fortunate enough for Lehigh to be up 49-14 to be able to give their quarterback some reps. And this is going to go out to be Lehigh's second blowout win as they beat Jordan 53-10 last week. So great job by Lehigh showing some presence here in Region 8.
Jet Niu gives it on the carry. It's a first down.
Good job. This backup offense kind of maintaining where the starters left off, kind of getting those first downs, keeping it rolling, keeping the clock running to just kind of run out the rest of this game.
Kolose Latu with the tough carry up the gut. Goes for the first. I mean, these are the guys too, when we're talking about the second straight guys, they are there's the scout team offense, so they get beat up by the one defense all week, so they get an opportunity to showcase their talents here as Jet swings it to the outside. And dragged down there after making that catch was Jacob Omir.
Good tackle to prevent a gain of extra yards. Looks like either a face mask or a horse collar on that tackle. The refs just letting them play, though. They're just trying to run this clock out, But, that's the kind of stuff that happens in this end of a game in a blowout.
Niu gives it to Tolosi. Tolosi able to get a couple extra yards out of it there.
If you're Alta, you really got to assess and be like, how can we, help our defense out a little bit? How can we look forward to our next game against Jordan? And if you're Coach Teo, you're going to really have to look at that for Alta's practice this next upcoming week, because, their defense has kind of been sputtering so far in the second half as Lehigh makes some really good adjustments. And we'll see what they can do next week against Jordan.
They give it again. This time dragged down for a loss was Latu. With 3:14 remaining in our game. Ball on the 40 at the moment.
Yeah, and if you're Lehigh, you're just looking to run clock here, second down, looking to just get a couple first downs, run the clock out with their backup offense, and just ride this one home.
Ride it home indeed is the goal. See, Lehigh is going to burn a timeout there. They had 7 seconds left on the play clock, but just not like in the direction things were going in here. Just an opportunity, a teaching moment as well for a young offense too. I mean, you're talking about a guy in Jet Niu, the backup, is a freshman.
Man, this is really great if you can get your freshman quarterback as the backup some reps. He was looking a little skinny, I was thinking this kid looks a little young, but a freshman, that's great for him to get these reps at a varsity level.
Win the backup job so early on as well, and I mean, he's behind. Brousseau is a junior, so Brousseau will have one more year, we assume, as the quarterback here. And then after that, I mean, it very well could be his team for the next 2 years in NIU. So a nice preview of the future here coming later on, is coming late for you here at Lehi High School. We also talk about a guy in Latu. He's only a sophomore, so he could be featured in more prominently for this Pioneers offense as they roll on, especially because Gonzalez is a junior, so opportunity for them to work in the dual backs a little bit. Well, I guess technically the third string, as Mills is technically the second. The pitch, little shovel pitch pass there. So he's dragged down. Well played by the Alta defense. The Hawks defense still playing hard.
Yeah, good job by Alta to contain that run. And that's the kind of stuff you like to see, as a coach, as a fan, is to see your football team, even, being down by this much, still giving it their all, trying to make defensive plays. And that's just what's great to see in the heart of a football player.
Indeed it is, with 2:07 remaining in our game. Ball on the 44. The kill clock drive is indeed going exactly that way. With Niu giving it again to his man. Dragging a defender with him for a tough extra yards there as well. A nice carry by Latu.
Yeah, great job by Latu, able to lower his shoulder and fall forward for some extra yards as the Pioneers get another first down, and they're just looking to run this clock out. I mean, this will probably be the last set of downs we see unless they get another first, obviously. But yeah, we're coming down to the wire and the end of this game.
Yeah, I mean, with 1 and 27 minutes left, they could take 3 knees here and call it a day, and we'll see if that is what they do. Looks like a victory shotgun formation at the moment. Rare victory. You don't see a lot of victory shotgun.
No, and it's funny, the quarterback kind of moves forward and takes the knee, which is kind of interesting. Victory shotgun, I like that. That's a good term to use maybe for Lehigh.
Yeah, they're lucky they get to be in it tonight, as they established a massive 49-14 lead, and an opportunity here to just end it here with Jet taking it. And sometimes you move a little bit forward or take a second when you need to kill those extra couple seconds. They don't need to do that here. They can just go down. I guess technically it saves them one last extra knee. Either way, Lehigh's going to get the win. A huge win, 49-14. A complete offensive performance, especially erupting in that third quarter, CJ.
Yeah, great job by Lehigh to make those, halftime adjustments, come out firing, guns blazing in the third quarter, able to carry that lead into the fourth, and just really stifle Alta on the offensive and defensive ends. Not to mention, though, we got to mention the special teams for Lehigh, really getting it done with Cadian Sweat, number 21, able to get a return touchdown and great yards. I'm interested to see what his total, kick return and punt return yards are, because that was a huge factor for Lehigh in this ballgame.
A huge factor for Lehigh indeed. They were explosive in the special teams. Offense got clicking as well. It was a fun one here from Lehigh High School. CJ, any final thoughts?
As we look forward, as I said, Lehigh will face 5-2 Timpview next week at 7 p.m. and Alta will go to face 2-5 Jordan at 7 p.m. as well. So we'll be interested to see how these teams look heading into the end of the season.
Will be interesting to watch that indeed. We thank all of you who have joined us out here tonight from Lehigh High School. For CJ Roderick, I'm JT Wistersill signing off. Your final from Lehigh High School, 49-14. The Pioneers win.